Welcome to Word Study with Miss Flaherty. Here's what you'll need. You'll need your YouTube workbook. And today we'll turn to page 5. Be sure at the top it says Word Study 5/26 because today is May 26th. And we'll also need a pencil and an eraser. Feel free to pause or rewind the video as much as you'd like so you can work at your own speed. Let's start off Word Study with some shout outs today. Say way to go, Trinity B. Check out her super neat sort, and I see that she's circling all of her chunks and her nonsense words to help her read them. Let's say way to go, Kai. Kai, nice job using your workbook to help you get started on word study. Let's say way to go, Kayla. Wow, Kayla, really organized work. And let's say way to go, Kendrick. Wow, Kendrick, great job with your sort. I love that you're circling your chunks to help you figure out how to blend your nonsense words. Keep up the great work, friends. I can't wait to see pictures of your word study work in your YouTube workbook today. Astronaut, astronaut, short, A says ah. Egg, egg, eh, short, E says E, A says Integrity, integrity, short, I says Y says Octopus, octopus, short, O says A, W says A says A, U says O-U-G-H says A-U-G-H says Umbrella, umbrella, sure, U says O-U says O says Acorn, acorn, A, long A says A blank E says I says Y says EY says EA says EI says AIGH says EIGH says Eat, eat, long E says E blank E says E says EA says final Y says IE says EI says EY says Ice cream, ice cream, I, long I says I blank E says IGH says final Y says IE says Ocean, ocean, O, long O says O blank E says O-A says O-W says O-U says O-E says O-U-G-H says O-E-W says O. Unicorn, unicorn, U, long U says U blank E says U-E says U-E-W says U. And here are consonant ones we're going to review today. Fish, fish. F says PH says GH says. What does GH say? Good. GH says. Leaf, leaf. O. L says O. L-E says O. E-L says O. And our last card. Rainbow, rainbow. R says W-R says What does W-R say? Good. W-R says Hi, first grade friends. This week in Word Study, we'll be learning all about contraction words. Do you remember what a contraction is? Ooh, in first grade, we have some contraction word experts. We're going to let Annie and Moby on Brain Pop help us remember what contraction words are. As you're watching, be sure you're thinking, what is a contraction and how do we build them? Enjoy the video.
Moby, didn't you read the sign? Please don't touch. That's a contraction. A contraction is a word formed by combining two or more words, leaving out sounds or letters. We use contractions all the time when we speak. They're faster and easier to say. How do you form a contraction? The word don't is a contraction for do not. First combine do not and take out the O. Then you add an apostrophe, which is a kind of punctuation mark. The apostrophe in a contraction tells you where the missing letters or sounds are. So do not becomes don't. You can do the same things to change could not to couldn't, is not to isn't, did not to didn't, and have not to haven't. But the contraction for will not doesn't follow the pattern. Its contraction is won't. As in, I won't tell anyone you touch the blocks. What are contractions with am, are, and is? It sure is cold outside. I am drinking hot cocoa. You can change I am to a contraction by combining the words, dropping the A, and adding an apostrophe. I'm drinking hot cocoa. You are eating warm soup. You can turn you are into a contraction. You're eating warm soup. Mia is making tea. This sentence can change to Mia's making tea. Hey, let's play in the snow. What are contractions that use have, has, and had? You have made one snowball. You can turn you have into a contraction. Combine the words, drop the letters HA, and add an apostrophe to form you've. You've made one snowball. Hey! You should have ducked. You can change should have into a contraction. You should have ducked. You had better watch out. You had can form the contraction you'd. You'd better watch out. Hey, who threw that? Uh-oh. Mia has made a bunch of snowballs. You can turn Mia has into a contraction. Mia's made a bunch of snowballs. Some contractions look the same. Well, the contractions in these two sentences look similar, but they mean different things. She's on the phone. When you read a contraction, try breaking it apart. It doesn't make sense to say, she has on the phone. She is on the phone. There are a lot of blocks to set back up. Don't worry, Moby. You will do it in a snap. I can change you will to a contraction. You'll do it in a snap. Oops, it's important to proofread and make sure you put the apostrophe in the right place. Good job, Moby. Oh, I think you forgot one. I'd like to go home now.
Hi, first grade. Happy game day and hat day. You can see I'm wearing my favorite Boston Red Sox hat. I hope you're wearing your favorite hat too. All right, friends, make sure that you are opened up in your workbook to 5/26, Word Study with Miss Flaherty on page 5. All right, and today we're going to be practicing some really special words that you learned about with Annie and Moby called contractions. So you're only going to need 2 columns. So draw a line side to side and a line up and down. At the top of the first column, write the word not. These will be words, contraction words that we build that come from the word not. And over here, write have. Those will be contractions that come from the word have. Feel free to pause the video and take a second to set up your workspace if you need more time. All right. So I'm going to tell you a sentence that has 2 words in it, and those 2 words, you need to tell me the contraction word that they make. So let's do the first one together. The words are should not. What's the contraction word for should not? For example, I should not watch TV before I finish all of my homework. Should not. Do you know the contraction word? That's right, it shouldn't. Build the word shouldn't. Here's how we build it. I write the heart word should, and then in a contraction, we're taking out some of the second word. So it's N apostrophe T. Now don't forget that apostrophe. It's kind of like a flying comma. Here's how we build shouldn't. Take a moment to check your work and make sure that you put it in the not column. Nice job, friends. Give yourself a pat on the back if you rocked your first contraction. All right, your next challenge. Write the contraction word for would not. What's the contraction for would not? I would not go outside without a grown-up. Would not. All right, what's the contraction? Ooh, I can't trick you. Wouldn't. So we write the heart word would. Make sure you spelled that heart word correctly. Then it's N apostrophe T. Wouldn't. Awesome. Go ahead and check your spelling on that. It's okay if you made a mistake, you can erase it and fix it up. And add that to your not list. Nice job, teammates. These are tricky contractions. All right. Your next contraction word is for I have. What's the contraction for I have? I have never been to California. I have. Do you know what it is? Shout it out. That's right, it's I've. How do we build I've? Capital I, no matter where it is in the sentence. Apostrophe V-E. I've. Awesome job. Add that to the have column because we build that from the word have. I've. I have. Nice job. All right, up next. Have not. I have not seen that movie before. Have not. What's the contraction for have not? Good job. Haven't. All right, make sure you're building the contraction. Haven't. Have N apostrophe T. Haven't. That's a difficult one, so make sure that you check your spelling. Don't forget your apostrophe after the N. Are you noticing that most of the time the apostrophe is replacing the O and not? We're getting rid of the O and we're putting an apostrophe instead. All right, I'm going to add that to my list. Up next, cannot. I cannot wait for summer vacation. Cannot. What's the contraction word? That's right. Can't is a faster way to say cannot. Can't. Here's how we build it. This is one of our heart words. C-A-N apostrophe T. Can't. Now I'm going to put that in the not column because it means cannot. Can't. Good job. If you've been rocking your contraction, say, oh yeah. Up next, did not. What's the contraction for did not? I did not know that before. Did not. All right, shout it out. What's the contraction? That's right, didn't. Ooh, this is also a first grade heart word. D-I-D, did, N apostrophe T. Didn't. Check your spelling on this heart word. And I'm adding it to my not list. Nice job. All right, this one's kind of similar. It also comes from the not. It's going to go in the not column. Do not. Please do not touch that. What's the contraction for do not? Yeah, that's right. A faster way to say do not is don't. Maybe you've seen that on signs before. Don't. All right, here's how we build it. But don't forget the apostrophe because this really means do not. I'm adding it to my list. Good job, friends. All right, our last contraction word challenge for right now. We have. What's the contraction for we have? We have worked so hard. We have. I want to hear you shout it. That's right. A faster way to say we have is we've. We've worked so hard. Here's how we build it. The heart word we, apostrophe VE. This means we have, but it's a faster way to say it. Make sure you add that to your have column. Awesome job. All right, you know what's coming next. Time for some nonsense words. Go ahead and write this first word on your paper and circle up any chunks that will help you blend it. I'll write it on my board. All right, I want to hear you blend it all by yourself. Ooh, good job. Let's check it together now. CL says cool. OA says O. Ooh, DGE says J. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Cool O. Clo. Cloge. Say silly cloge. That's a funky one. All right, write your next one down and circle up those chunks. Okay, blend it to yourself. Good, what'd you circle? Okay, N says N. Ooh, and PH says F. These are sounds we heard in our wall cards that we practiced today. You ready to blend it? 3, 2, 1. N-I. Niff. Say silly niff. All right, and here's your last nonsense word. Write it down and circle up the chunks. I want you to blend this one in your silliest voice. Good job. Let's do it together now. BL says bull. AI says long A. Ooh, and another DGE says J. Bull A. Blay. Bleege. Say silly bleege. Nice job. All right, and we always end word study with some syllable practice. Now we know that when we're finding out how many syllables are in a word, the first grade way to do this is paying attention to how many vowel sounds are in the word. Every syllable has one vowel sound. So if we can figure out the number of vowel sounds, we'll know how many syllables. Write down the first word and circle up any vowel letters or vowel teams. Then write how many syllables are in the word. All right, what are the vowels? That's right, I just see the vowel letter A. So how many syllables are probably in this word? That's right, one syllable. But we should always double check our work, especially with contractions. They can be kind of funky. Are you ready to clap it out and count it out? All right, let's go. Can't. Can't. How many syllables? Good, one syllable. All right, write down your next word. Circle up the vowel letters or vowel teams. I see the vowel letter I and the vowel letter I. There's no vowel teams in this word. Okay, so if there's two vowel letters, how many syllables will be in the word? That's right, that means two syllables. Let's double check our work. I want to hear you clap it out and count it out. Go ahead. All right, let's do it together. Singing, singing. How many syllables? That's right, two syllables. Awesome job, teammates. Now remember, you're not quite done with word study yet. Make sure you turn to the next page. And here it tells you that you can cut out and sort each contraction word. If you don't have scissors at home, that's okay. You could always write the contraction word in the box that it matches with. So for I have, what's the contraction word for I have? That's right, it's I've. So I would find that down here. Good. I'd check it off and I'd write it in the box. I want you to go ahead and finish all of these up by yourself. Definitely take a picture of this awesome work and send it over to your teacher. I'll see you soon, friends.